Isn't it breathtaking? I think it's absolutely breathtaking. What do you think? I mean, I'm absolutely astounded. I mean, I'm floored. Floored. You know, it is so rare for me, and both of you know how much art I see on a daily basis. It is so rare for me to look at something and feel just like an immediate sense of, what is it? What am I looking for? What's the word? Help me out here. It is so rare for me to look at something and just feel an immediate sense of awe. It is at once unsettling and bleak and frightening, and yet somehow serene and quiet and ethereal. Yeah, there's an eerie, ghostly quality about it. Honestly, I describe it as spiritual. It's like a religious experience. I feel as if I've come to the altar of some sort of a god to pray, you know? You know when you look at something and you feel it in your bones? In the deepest parts of yourself, you can feel the worth of something. And you think to yourself, this is important. It is of the utmost importance that I look at this thing. Wow, I'm just about to cry. It's so powerful. Oh, Elma, I mean, I just can't get over it. I know you've heard me gush over this. It's so incredible, but
What do you think? Well? What?
It's kind of dark.
Is that all?
No, that's
Is
not
that really your only impression, is that it's dark?
What are you guys looking for here?
We're looking for a fucking
We're
opinion.
hoping to get your genuine thoughts on the painting.
My genuine thoughts.
Yeah, yes. I mean, just a good critical eye. I mean, I love it.
Well, Rudy, you love everything.
Exactly. I don't have the eloquence to put into words exactly why this painting is worth something.
I'm not an appraiser, Rudy. I don't price art.
Oh, not price. Sorry. You know me. I always fumble over my words. You're the writer here. We're just...
What? Do you want an artistic opinion, a personal opinion, or is it the professional opinion you're looking for?
Just your thoughts, Kate.
It's obviously very accomplished.
Accomplished, she says. What
You know,
a nice
that's
way to say
just
nothing.
what I was thinking. This is a very accomplished painting. The skill that's gone into this, I mean, it's unparalleled. It is the ultimate culmination of everything we've known Alma to be capable of. I honestly think this might be her magnum opus. I mean, you know I love everything you do, Elle, and I do mean everything, but this is just, I mean...
What about the subject matter?
What was that?
I want to know what Kay thinks about the subject matter.
You heard her. She said it's a very accomplished painting.
That's in regards to the skill by which it's been painted. I'm interested to hear what you think about the object of the painting.
I think it's disturbing.
Okay, and?
And I think it's grotesque.
And?
Defeatist.
What else?
It's joyless, unfeeling, apathetic, insensitive, and quite frankly, ugly.
All right. I know where you're coming from, but I wouldn't go so far as to say that this is ugly.
No. She's right. It's not pretty. It's not Michelangelo or Rubens or Monet. It's an ugly depiction of an ugly thing.
Exactly, and that's precisely the point. We're not romanticizing anything.
I completely disagree.
Disagree. So you think that this is an idealized depiction?
I think by the very nature of art, to depict anything is to romanticize it.
Interesting. How so?
We see it in everything. Film, theater, the visual arts. Artists that try to comment on unhealthy behavior, like Tarantino, Scorsese, they don't actually succeed at deterring that behavior. In most instances, they tend to encourage it.
Ah, so this is an encouraging painting. What exactly do you think this encourages?
I'm not saying it explicitly encourages anything. I'm saying it can encourage unhealthy thinking.
A safe answer. Very diplomatic of you.
Art inspires. It's inflammatory, not dissuasive. Rarely does it function well as an authority.
Why don't we cut the critic talk while we're sharing with the class?
It doesn't matter what your intentions are. With such a grisly composition, this painting could be very triggering to viewers, or
I'm not
worse, it
responsible
could do
for that.
exactly what art is meant to do. It could inspire a viewer.
Well, what about everyone else? All those blissfully ignorant people that have never once encountered something like this? Don't you think this might inspire a shred of empathy?
Apathy is an illness.
Undoubtedly, and what Elma has done here creates awareness.
That may very well be the intention, but that isn't what reads. This piece is utterly hopeless. It's callous and macabre and brutal. I don't see anyone wanting to actively participate in this painting. No one is going to want to connect with it because if I'm being candid, nobody should connect with it.
Nobody should. So what? It's our responsibility to censor the public for their own good? It's not. That's not our job.
What is our job then?
To be honest.
You don't have to censor anything. No one has you at gunpoint.
Then what are you getting at? We just shouldn't talk about something like this? We should just close our eyes to it?
I'm just saying people will be very uncomfortable looking at this.
I think it's good if they're uncomfortable. Sure. Art inspires, but it also challenges conformity and convention. I mean, look at Pollock or Warhol or Banksy.
Come on, Banksy.
Don't you dare, Cadence. You know I love Banksy.
It's pretentious.
Says the critic.
It is. It's like he justifies nonsense with street cred. I mean, is it necessary to be weird for the sake of being weird? For the aesthetic of being different? I know. Everyone just loves Banksy, but frankly, it feels like cheap thrills, like fast Hollywood entertainment creeping into the art world.
Yeah, but it's new and it's fascinating. It makes you think. It challenges what we call art. I mean, the Dadaists, for example.
Oh, like the toilet.
The fountain.
The fountain. God, I love that toilet.
You love the price tag on it.
If I could sell a toilet for that kind of money,
Something wrong with the fountain?
I'm not going to shit on Duchamp.
Because your contemporaries would say
I
otherwise?
just have a hard time looking at a toilet in a museum and calling it art.
I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Anybody could slap anything on a wall with a plaque and Rudy would be impressed.
Why not? Who is there to say otherwise?
Me. I'm here to say otherwise. If we let the definition of art grow so vague, then art loses all value, both monetarily and personally.
Excellent. Define art for me.
You can't just ask me to define art that's
Hey,
too
I'm not
vague.
looking for anything profound. Just tell me what you think art is. You're a journalist. I'm sure you have a very well-devised opinion.
Fine. I think art is... There's a certain objective talent that tells me if something is art. I need to see that an artist has clear understanding of design elements and artistic techniques. A piece of art should demonstrate control, planning. I should see the hours of work that went into it. Ultimately, it should mean something to the viewer. Look at the Raft of the Medusa, a painting that is not only masterfully done, we can clearly see the story on the canvas. We can feel the desperation and despair. It's the clear effort, the technical skill, and the power, the hope of the human experience.
So where does my painting stand? Art or not art?
I think it comes down to exactly what you're talking about, Kate. I think it's about intention. We should be examining what people intend to be art and why they intend for it to be viewed as art to come to a fuller meaning of what it is.
Ah, yes, the intention argument. Everything can be judged by a person's intentions.
But that's what you were talking about. I'm just going off of what you said.
No, I said it doesn't matter what an artist's intentions are. You know what? I'll bite. Tell us, Helma, what was your intention with this painting?
I didn't really have an intention. Okay, sometimes there isn't a message. There isn't a reason. There's just an itch. There's something inside of me that can't be defined by an emotion or a narrative. It's just there, and that itch builds and builds and builds until I have to get it out. And it's a blissful kind of agony. It's like a build to a release, and it's almost, I hate to say this, it's almost orgasmic, but not so much pleasure as relief. Relief that it's finally out, and there it is, whatever it is, it's there. And I can't judge it for its beauty or its value. I can only accept it because, frankly, I didn't have the choice. I had to make it, and if I didn't, I think art is creation because creation had to be. It is being confronted with a void, and you may simply let that void grow, or you can try and fill it. It's scratching the itch, even if it looks awkward or ugly.
Hey, fucking men. I need a drink. Anybody else?
I could use one.
Just a tiny bit. Back behind the bar?
Home sweet home.
When I picture you, it's always behind the bar.
Flirting.
Glad to hear my college career made such a lasting impression.
What was the name of that bar? It had a really weird name.
Dick and Harry's.
Yes! Everyone thought it was a gay bar, so it was always empty.
Mm-hmm. That's why I loved it.
You were possibly the worst bartender I have ever had.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was the best tipped tender in town.
People would leave the bar absolutely hammered while you were on shift. If I remember correctly, you were fired for overserving.
I never heard one complaint. Al?
Oh, I only went to the bar when you worked.
My point exactly.
See, I said a little bit. Look at this.
We are 3 professional women. We're drinking to scratching the itch.
To scratching the itch.
God, what is that?
Tullamore, baby!
I should have asked first. Congrats, by the way, on the gallery.
Oh, thank you.
When do you open?
We're doing a private collection next week, invite only, collectors, artists, a few critics, you know, all the annoying brown nosing and ass kissing.
Gotta love the bureaucracy of it all.
Right, then we're doing a public opening next month.
Exciting. Very exciting. I didn't realize you were painting again.
Yeah, it's been a sec. Took a break for a while, but when Rudy mentioned she was opening a gallery, it just seemed like the right time to pick up the brush again.
And thank God she did.
Well, it's good to see the two of you at it again.
Honestly, though, I don't think we can argue about whether or not come on, this is a piece of art or not. What we really should be asking is, what are we gonna get for it?
Back to business. You're just the same, Rudy.
I'll take that as a compliment.
God, I'm not even sure I want to sell this.
I beg your pardon? You make something this incredible and you're
I
not
know,
even planning on
I
selling
get it. It's totally ridiculous. I admittedly painted this with no intention
No
to sell.
intention to sell this.
And I should have told you that, but I'm just not sure
this is the
doesn't
best thing
belong
on my
to
wall
anyone.
right
Can
now.
we
I've
talk
written a
about this
deluge of
later?
emails to some of my best clients, and you're not even planning on
I
selling.
know.
People are coming from across the country for this opening. Come on, baby.
I mean, we can talk about it, but this is really important to me. Can it be a permanent installment in your gallery?
I mean, it can be, but I think people are really gonna like this. I mean, I don't have the same taste in art as you or Cade, and we all know I like everything.
yeah.
But I also know what other people like, and this is something that people will really enjoy.
Really? I don't think it's hardly accessible enough.
At first glance, yes, but everyone has been here. Everyone's had a brush with suicide, whether it be a family member, friend, coworker. A lot of people have had a personal brush with it. It's icky subject matter, not something we like to discuss, but it's human. We all think about death. This painting it's more than just a tragedy. It's confrontation, it's thought-provoking, and most importantly, it's visibility.
Yes, visibility. Dangerously close to normalcy.
That's a bit of a jump,
Okay.
don't you think?
It's not pretty by any unorthodox standard, but
Rudy,
we're
maybe
looking
we
for...
should hold off.
What are you talking about? I
Hold
thought you
off.
said
We
I
don't
did
talk about
I just don't think it's a good idea.
Look, I don't really have the patience
No,
for
Cadence,
this.
Elle and I were thinking...
Ooh,
that
Elle
Rudy,
and I.
Stop. Elle, let me handle this, okay? Elle and I were hoping you could help us with publicity.
With publicity.
Oh my God.
Just your thoughts, Cade. So it was my professional opinion you were looking for.
Okay, hear me out.
I told
please.
you.
Combined, we have various different connections, but it's not enough. We really need some buzz if we're gonna make this place work, and I really want to feature Elma's work regularly.
Of course you do.
You have the kind of rapport that we need to really make this place work. I mean, you work for one of the top art magazines in the country.
And here I thought my 2 college buddies were just looking to reconnect. So what are we talking about here? You want me to write an article on this?
It doesn't have to be a cover page article. We're just looking for something we can spread around, written by someone who people respect. I mean, this could be a huge catalyst for Elle and I.
There it is again, Elle and I.
Cadence, this could be a huge opportunity for all of us. We play our cards right, I could get the traffic I need, Elle could be discovered, and you could land a huge story. I mean, imagine if you are the one to discover the Elle.
So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to show up at my boss's office and say, hey, some friends of mine who haven't reached out to me in years want some space on our website to promote themselves. While we're at it, do you mind if I bump my story to the top of the page?
You could.
Not to mention, if people found out that I went to college with the 2 of you and that Elma and I'd be risking my integrity as a journalist and as a critic. My reputation would be on the line, especially if I don't even like the...
Well, who is it?
What do you know? It's my boss.
Perfect, will you mention us?
Yes, I am back in New York. Do I sound happy about
Mention us, mention us. I think we're wearing her down.
Well, I really wish you hadn't have done that.
What are you talking about? This was the whole reason for inviting her.
That's not the only reason
Really? Why else would we invite her?
Because I wanted to see her. I wanted to see how she was.
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
just...
Of course, but that goes without say. I mean,
She's colder than I remember.
I go so far as to say frigid.
I mean, she was always a bit of an intellectual prick. Mm-hmm. She wasn't so closed off.
You didn't end on the best of terms, did you?
Yeah. No.
Still remember that fight.
Which one?
House party, senior year.
Not one of my shining moments. Ugh. What the hell?
I'm sorry. It's so funny. I'm sorry. You guys were having a screaming match in the middle of a house party, and I was so stoned.
I'm glad you could squeeze some joy out of it. That was the last time I saw her.
Shit, really?
Yep.
You didn't talk, or?
Nope. That was it.
Whoa. So this must be weird for you.
Yeah. Very.
You know, we could have reached out to somebody else. I just assumed the two of you
No.
kept in touch, right?
I think it's good.
I can't even remember why we were at that party.
Graduation. We're celebrating graduation.
Was that what that was? Mm-hmm. Shows how in the loop I was. I have no recollection of that.
Well, the party wasn't exactly for us.
Best decision I ever made.
I always wondered if I should have stuck it out.
I said it then, and I stand by it. You were too good for college. I
Yep.
mean, you were wasting your time and your money there.
I have 1 semester left.
Yeah, and that was one semester of your life that you could have wasted. Good for you for getting out. I hated college.
Well, that's because you were a terrible artist. Sorry, no. I mean, no. No, you weren't terrible. You were fine.
Can I get that on a plaque?
You know what I mean.
I wanted to be so good. I really did. I always thought I'd be this mysterious, famous painter. Well, no use crying and whatnot. Besides, I was always better at selling a canvas than painting one.
You were like the Wolf of Wall Street. You were hustling my sketches at a terrifying rate.
What can I say? Your art sold itself.
I doubt that.
Really? Okay, so I never told you this, but once I took that sketchbook you gave me down to the Student Rec Center, I'm not kidding, I sold every sketch in an hour.
What?
Yeah.
The Little Red Sketchbook?
Yes, that one!
Rudy, that was a gift.
And I made $250 with it.
What? Great, and where did that money go?
I gave you $150.
Oh. I don't even remember that. I was really coked up in college. No thanks to you.
You're welcome.
I should be thanking Daddy's money.
Oh, the general. God bless his checkbook.
Wait, so you're telling me that you kept 100?
Auction rates are a bitch, babe. I don't
Oh
know what
my
to tell you.
Cannot believe you sold all of my drawings.
I didn't sell all of them. I kept that scandalous one you did of me.
Oh, really?
Of course. When I'm old and withered, it'll be the only memory of the pretty young thing I used to be.
We masturbate to it at night.
Oh, absolutely. One of those old women that gets off in the nostalgia of her youth. No, but really, you captured something really wonderful in me. You made me feel, I don't know, glamorous. You've always had that ability to see in others what they can't see in themselves. I've known that since the first moment I saw your art. Cadence never forgave me for not seeing that in her.
I thought Cadence was good.
Sure, her paintings always looked fine, and she spent hours perfecting the little bits, but at the end of the day, they just looked...
Lifeless.
Yes, that's just it. They looked lifeless.
I told her that once. I learned to pick my words very carefully after that.
Cadence has always been jealous. Makes her a lucrative critic, but the most difficult person to get along with.
She's not so bad.
But you, Alma, you have something truly incredible. I mean, I've shuffled through hundreds of paintings, and what you bring to a canvas, it's otherworldly. I'm being serious, Elle, and it has to be shared.
Rudy, I don't want
Elle,
to talk
just
about
listen,
this.
Hear me out, okay? Just, I know this painting means a lot to you, and for good reason. It's a masterpiece, which is why I refuse to sell until we get to an offer of above $1 million, and I think we can get
This
there.
isn't some sketchbook that I drunkenly gave you.
Drunkenly?
This isn't a bunch of like half-assed college drawings. Painting, this is not a hobby for me. When I sit down to do a painting, it's like an all-consuming experience. I can't eat, I can't sleep, I just go until it's finished. It almost takes giving up a piece of me to make something like this. It's painful, absolutely exhausting. That's why I stopped for so long. I just couldn't do it anymore. So you understand why I don't love the idea of just giving this to a stranger.
Okay, so I get that, but this is a gallery, okay? This is not a museum. I am not a curator. I'm an art dealer, all right? Yes, I love and appreciate art, but this is a business. We're not just here to make pretty pictures. We have to make a livelihood, too. What did you expect to happen when I reached out to you?
I don't know. I guess I didn't think about it all that much. I guess I figured it would be like an attraction.
No, that's not how galleries work, love.
I don't know what I thought, but I just can't sell this.
Why? Why can't you sell this? Because you're sentimental?
You have some amazing pieces in here. Why don't you sell these?
Hell, I hope I fucking can. But you know where everyone's eyes are gonna be when they walk in the room? They're gonna be right there on that painting. And when I tell them it's not for sale, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna walk right out.
I don't know what to tell you, but I can't sell this. It would be like selling my own child. I would be completely betraying an
Jesus
integral
Christ,
part
Elle,
of
you have to
myself.
work with me here, okay?
Oh my God.
If your art stays on that wall, that is a spot that will never sell. I will never profit off that wall, and you will never profit off your art. You have the potential to be so successful. I'm talking big, Alma. You could be big.
I can make others like it, but I will not sell this one.
Okay, let's not make any decisions first yet, okay? I mean, I want to feature a lot more of your work, but we still need to consider that maybe...
Okay, I'm painting again, all right? I'll make more works. I can make more. If people like this painting, they can settle for buying something else.
Okay, let's not make any hard, fast decisions
Air
yet.
is
Like
too
I
still
said...
in here. I'm gonna go for a smoke.
Okay, I'll come join you.
No.
Oh, you go ahead, babe. I gotta take this.
Yeah.
Charlotte! Oh my God, it's so nice to hear from you. Yeah, did you get the photos I sent? Yes, of the exhibition piece, yeah. Oh, what are your thoughts? Yes, that's exactly what I said. She's incredible, isn't she? Yes, brave. That's exactly what I thought. It's so brave. Yeah, she's incredible. Yeah, we're marketing by her first name, Elma. Isn't it sexy? We can absolutely get lunch with her. Let me just check if I have... Wow, I didn't realize how enthusiastic you were. Okay, well, I can't make any promises yet, but that is a very generous offer. Okay, well, I'll keep you at the top of our list. Okay, all right. Okay, lunch, yeah. Okay, kisses, bye, okay.
Man, the hustle never stops with you, does it?
School of hard knocks. Life never stops, so neither do I.
I can't say I'm not impressed. You know how to get a job done.
Ooh, do I sense a compliment? You're getting soft, Cadence.
Don't get used to it. I can only give so many a day before I run out.
Don't waste them all on me. You know who needs them more.
She's fine. She doesn't need me to coddle her.
She's tough, but not as tough as...
You?
You know it, baby.
But you've got a soft spot for her.
Just like you.
We never really figured each other out, did we?
Something our dealership has taught me is there's no relationship that can't be loosened up by a little bit of booze.
No, thank you.
Come on, just a bit. And it really will be just a bit this
I
time.
really don't want
Look, Cadence, I know you're not the biggest fan of me. And if we're sharing feelings, I'm not the biggest fan of you. So can't we just medicate the situation a little bit?
Fine.
Oh, wonder of wonders. Get over here.
Is this how you sell your paintings?
It isn't illegal to sell art under the influence, Cade. You're thinking of driving.
Seems a little on the murky side of things, no?
It's not wrong.
It's not right.
It's... Okay, you know when you're hooking up with someone,
Oh, God.
and they show up at your door and they don't look anything like your profile picture? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then you start getting down to business, just get it over with, and then you think to yourself, wait a minute, if I squint, they kind of look like their picture. That's what alcohol does.
Jesus.
It helps us see everything as the profile picture, instead of the balding, disappointing thing that showed up at your door. So, if I find myself with a piece of art that looks a little bit more like a middle-aged man in the need of a toupee, I don't feel so bad using some champagne to help the client see a bit of the inner beauty.
That's twisted.
Try squinting a bit. Life is prettier that way.
I can't tell if that's deeply profound or horribly convoluted.
Either way, I get paid.
You're terribly shrewd, Rudy.
Oh, don't go wasting all your compliments on one person, Cade.
So I suppose you're trying to get me to squint at this?
Couldn't hurt to try.
I think it might.
It's just a painting. It's not a statement, it's not a decree, it's not the Unabomber's manifesto. At the end of the day, it's just a painting.
Images hold power. We have to be careful of the things we depict.
It's one painting.
I suppose so.
I know so.
So is that how you're gonna sell this to, what was it, Charlotte?
What's that?
The lady on the phone? You gonna get her tipsy and rob her blind?
You make me sound like a con man.
Your words.
No, Cadence. I don't have to get anyone drunk to sell this painting. People are gonna be dying for it.
You really think so?
I have a sixth sense with this sort of thing. I just know what people are gonna love tomorrow.
Elle didn't seem too keen to sell.
You and I both know her. She's romantic, gets attached. Give it some time. She'll see the offers and change her mind.
I don't know. She's got that whole deranged idea that she needs to struggle to be an artist. Selling off her paintings to be rich and famous would disrupt that flow of inspiration.
Hush, I'm trying to distract her from that depressing thought.
Have you talked to her about selling?
I told you, she'll come around.
I wouldn't push. She's never done well with pressure.
Stop worrying!
It just seemed like
What
you were
about your phone
discussing
call?
a deal. What about it?
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Did you mention us?
I mentioned Elma, yeah?
Well, what did the boss say?
I tried to describe the painting in as much gory detail as I could, but despite my best efforts, she is fascinated.
Don't know how she couldn't be. So what's that mean?
It means I will be writing a brief article on your gallery with an emphasis on Elma's work.
Yay! This is so exciting. You'll obviously be leaving a glowing review for our darling Elle.
I haven't decided yet.
What haven't you decided?
I've already made it clear how I feel about the painting.
So you're gonna what? You're gonna tear it apart? Come on, Keynes, you can't be serious. You have to admit it's a good painting.
There's more to art than whether or not it's good. I have to think about the painting beyond that, in terms of cultural impact, social significance, artistic originality.
Look, love, I know that you and Elma have a past.
Really?
I'm asking you to bury your pride for a moment and help me give something to Elle. I know your career didn't work out the way you wanted, but that doesn't mean you have to take it out on her.
Wow.
Please,
No.
don't take that.
Shut up. I cannot. You really want to make this personal?
I didn't mean
I
to.
cannot even begin to explain how rude it is to use my relationship with Elma against me. I mean, using that to manipulate me into writing a personal ad for you for your own gain?
For my own gain? This is not about me. This is about
Elle? No, this is not about Elle. This is about your greed and your ambition. You're manipulating me and her so that you can finally step out of mediocre art dealership. You don't actually appreciate what Elma has created. You just know exactly what you can make with it and what you can make with her. It is not about the art for you. It is strictly about the cash. All you're doing is squinting until you see dollar signs. She could have painted a giant clown for all you care, and you would have gone on and on about how brilliant it is while scheming up some way to dump it for hundreds of thousands. So don't you dare try to paint yourself as some heroic advocate for the arts and Elma's career. She is nothing to you but a means for wealth.
All right, Cadence. I'll admit. I know what you're looking for. A concession. So I'll give it to you. You're right. I'm a selfish asshole. I take what other people make and I use it for my own gain. I like money. I do. I was taught to make the most of any situation. This is all true. But at the end of the day, I make sure the artist gets seen. I make sure the artist gets paid. I make sure the artist has the means to paint again tomorrow. You think I'm the menace? You're the one taking aim at whatever art doesn't sit right and blowing it to pieces. You put people out of work and I put people in business. You look for ways to tear artists down and I look for ways to put them on a pedestal. And yeah, I take a cut for myself, but we all have to live, don't we? So you can live by finding flaws. I will live by finding beauty and getting fucking paid while doing it. Charlotte! Yeah, it is so nice to hear from you again. Yeah, you know what, for you, I think we could do a private viewing.
I always hated that you smoked.
You always had an opinion.
Well, that's my job.
You're such a prick, Kay.
Can you not call me that?
What? Prick?
Okay.
Why?
Feels too familiar.
Are we not familiar? Where did Rudy go?
Took a call. Sorry I'm not as pleasant as she is.
It's all right. It's a little bit exhausting.
I don't know how you do it. I am glad I pawned her friendship off to you. I have a migraine from one conversation with her.
She's a good friend.
Sometimes a little too good.
Yeah. How are you?
Have we really been reduced to small talk?
You know, you were always a bit of just completely impossible, but now you have found new levels of being a stubborn jackass.
All right. Fine. I've been good. God, what have I been doing? You know about my job?
Right, I've read a couple of your articles.
Oh, you have?
You're an excellent writer. I can't say I agree with some of your opinions, but I guess that's the point of art.
It pays the bills. You know, some days I really miss the studio and the aprons and the oils, but this is better. It's consistent and it pays, and I still get to look at art all day. I was seeing someone.
Oh.
They were a radiologist.
You must have had a lot to talk about.
Didn't last.
No.
They were really boring, no passion.
I bet.
I spent the last few weeks in Portland covering an exhibit called Modern Manifest Destiny, an exploration of Western technology through suspended sculpture.
Jesus. Tell me that that's the working title.
A bit long, isn't it?
Yeah. What did you think?
Oh, terrible. And I know you think I'm picky, but really, it was bad.
How so?
It was so vague. I've never seen so many flip phones and disintegrating laptops dangling from telephone wires. I couldn't tell if he was trying to be all green PC or pro-tech. Oh, and get this, there was this one piece that was no joke, a massive erect penis made entirely out of smartphones.
Oh my God. That's brilliant. Did you ever figure out what it was all about?
Something about porn, but once again, no discernible stance for or
I
against.
bet the Portlanders were just eating it up.
Ugh, I've never felt so out of place. Way too many hipsters in scarves talking about the artistic essence of a Kindle. I suppose this is where I ask how you are?
Then ask.
How are you, Elma?
I don't actually know.
You look like shit.
That's what you want to hear.
Granted, the last time I saw you, you looked like shit, but at least this time you don't have the bloodshot eyes.
Hey, I was doing the best I could.
You dropped out
I was grieving.
months before graduating.
I was coping.
No, you were distracting yourself. Coping is therapy. Coping is talking about your feelings. Coping is reaching out for help.
Distraction is just as good as coping. Sometimes it's all we're capable of.
No, I can't.
I'm really missed you, Cadence.
Can we not do this?
Will you let me just...
I'm not looking to make up. We had a solid run. Some good laughs. Let's just leave it at that.
I'm sorry I never called.
It's fine. I got over it. I assumed that you and Rudy...
Oh, no, only like a couple of times, and it was never anything more than sex.
I don't care if it was.
It wasn't. I mean, she was a good friend to me after, you know. She was a good distraction for me.
I'm sure she was. Did you ever think that I could have been a good friend to you after everything happened?
Of course.
I wanted to help you, but you wouldn't open up to me.
See, that's the thing. I never had to open up to Rudy. I could just be with Rudy. You always expected something of me. You expected too much.
I expected open, honest communication, yes.
Yeah, and sometimes that is too much, Kay. Sorry, Cadence.
I'm sorry you felt so much pressure in our relationship.
It's all right. It all worked out in the end.
I'm sorry I put so much pressure on you. I didn't realize, and it wasn't right of me. So, I'm really sorry.
Well, I shut down. And that wasn't fair either. You deserved more than the brick wall that I became. So, sorry.
Thank you. Elma, what is this?
What?
Don't play dumb. You know
I'm
I
not playing
hate it
dumb.
when you
You
play
have to
dumb.
be
What
more
is this?
specific. That's my painting,
What is
Cadence.
it? Is it a fuck you? Is this your way of saying
No,
you can paint
it's
whatever you
not
want
a
without
fuck
consequence?
you.
Is this a cry for help?
No, this is not a cry for help.
It's not? Because that looks like you up out there. Elma, that looks an awful lot like you.
well, it's not, okay?
Then who is... Oh my God. It's your mom. Is that how she... Well, you never told me that. Do you think that this is appropriate?
Do I think that it's appropriate.
Elma, this is personal, like deeply personal. I am worried about what you're doing.
That's not for you to decide,
You
is
used to
it?
paint the most beautiful things, some of the most amazing
Oh,
art I've ever
yes,
seen, and
yeah.
now this.
Oh, my quaint little landscapes and my pretty little portraits and my picturesque little still lifes. Oh, they were so pretty. Nothing wrong in those pictures. They say everything is lovely, nothing is wrong, and the world is beautiful.
But that's what art is supposed to do. Art isn't... You're trying to open Pandora's box, and yes, we can't just keep it closed, but the box is already open. It's always been open, and we get it. Elma, life is really, really hard, but art is what we find at the bottom of the box. It's what we find when we fight and push through the nightmares.
I did that already. For years, I did that. I made a world that was so nice to look at it, which everyone wants, or at least everyone thinks that they want. Everyone thinks that they want a world that is pretty and neat and controlled. But you know what? I just got so sick of lying.
Is it such a lie to want the world to be beautiful? Is it so ingenuine to dream of something better?
It is, frankly. We have been lying to ourselves for years, trying to conjure up something better than the reality that we actually live in. But we try and to what end, Cadence? Reality just creeps in anyway. So to what end? I mean, we could look for the hope at the bottom of the box, but I'm just not sure that it's there anymore. So maybe it's time that we take all the pretty and the neat and the logical shit away and we embrace the dark a bit. Maybe we learn to find beauty in the macabre.
Beauty? Do you actually mean to tell me that you think this is beautiful?
I do. Not in the way that we have defined beauty for hundreds and thousands of years, but in a new way. In a way that embraces these dark parts of ourselves as true parts of ourselves. Not as the monster in us, but as a beautiful piece of the whole that we are. I choose to see all of the damage and all of the bullshit as gorgeous and radiant and elegant and every other thing that I think that it is.
Elma, I'm worried. This is worrying. You don't paint for years, and when you finally pick up a paintbrush, you do this? What are you saying? We should embrace our suicidal ideations?
Humans have always been fascinated with death. I don't see what's wrong to admitting to that fascination.
It is wrong. Elma, we're trying to help people, not condemn them to their demons.
Maybe if people felt like they had a way out of their shitty lives, they could find a purpose to stay. Maybe if people felt trapped by the things, or maybe if people didn't feel trapped by the things that haunt them, but they actually felt liberated by them, we could actually get somewhere.
Okay, I'm telling you, this kind of thinking is dangerous.
And I have dared to think
Elma,
it.
if you're depressed,
I am
then-
not
then
depressed!
I want to help you.
Oh my God!
But if this is your justification for painting whatever you want without consequence, then I cannot validate you.
Can you not just be proud of me? Like, for one painting. For one, rather than like pick it apart until there's nothing left for me to love about it. This is just what you did in our relationship, Cadence. You nitpicked at it until there was nothing left for me to love, and that right there, that is why you were never good enough to make it. You were so obsessed with perfection that you fiddled all of your paintings into oblivion. And until there was nothing left for the viewer to love, you perfected all of the love away, and now I have something. Something real. And is it perfect? No. Not hardly by your standards. But I love it. And Rudy loves it. And deep down, you know that everybody else is going to love it too. And you cannot stand that I will succeed at this while you remain a bitter critic who cannot see past her own pride.
It is perfectly clear to me now just how fucking selfish you are.
Oh my-
You parade yourself as this tortured artist bound by the will of their muse, of their genius, but really, you're just feeding whatever craving pops into your head. Whatever small ache of want enters your system, you have to fill it right then and right there. You won't compromise, you won't even discuss. There is no thought for how other people think or feel. The world must simply bend to your desires, your demands, your schedule. It is all about you. You have built yourself up in your head to be this untouchable god of creation whose solipsism is justified by the torment they feel in their mind, by the agony they struggle with inside. And now look at you. You are so selfish that you have decided to project your bullshit onto the entire world. You realized no one was feeding your pain quite enough, so you had to bleed it onto a canvas and drag everyone else into the hell that you live in.
Whether you like it or not, this painting is going to be successful. And it can be successful with you, or it can be successful without you. So hop on the train or get the fuck out of the way, because it's not stopping, Kay.
My phone is absolutely exploding with excitement. Some of my best clients have seen the photos and they're obsessed. The word about this painting is spreading like wildfire. I've contacted the press. There's going to be cameras. Should I get champagne? What am I talking about? Of course I should get champagne. This
I
is so
think I've
exciting.
overstayed my welcome.
What are you talking about? We've hardly caught up like we should.
I think we've caught up plenty, Rudy. Wouldn't you say so, Elle?
Did something happen?
No, nothing happened.
I should get going.
No, please, Kate, stay around.
I really can't, Rudy.
Well, can we at least discuss the details on your way out?
For?
The article, the little piece you're going to be doing about Elma.
I don't think I can write that article.
Oh, come on, it's easy. Just pull up a Word doc, write out a few well-thought-out sentences, and slap it on there.
First of all,
Rudy, stop pushing her.
I'm too close. I've been too close with the two of you before. It wouldn't be an unbiased
It
article.
doesn't need to be unbiased. The more biased,
Second
the
of
better.
all-
Wait, please just stop.
I cannot, in good taste, recommend this piece for my magazine. As I've mentioned, I think it's gratuitous and excessive.
Come on, Cadence, you're being
And
ridiculous.
lastly, I cannot, in good conscience, promote something that I am almost certain will cause more damage than good. It would be unethical.
All right. All right. Business. I get it. Just. What? For helping us out.
Is this a bribe?
It's a thank you.
And you were okay with this? You know what? I'll do the article. And Rudy, since you are so keen for a deal, I will do the article free of charge. You can keep the check.
Really? Are you serious? That's incredible. This is so helpful for Elle and I. When can we expect it to be out?
I plan to have it written, revised, and published on the website by Monday.
Oh, this is wonderful. You're incredible. I think we're going to make something really awesome here.
Sure thing.
Well, can we get lunch after you publish the article?
Let's get the article published first, and then we'll decide if lunch is really necessary. Elma? Take care of yourself. Please.
There's nothing necessary about lunch. That's why it's lunch. Whatever. I can't believe you got her to do the article. I thought she was going to say no, that stubborn prick, but we did it. Ha! I think we should toast.
She's gonna tear us apart.
Huh?
She's not gonna write the article you want.
Why do you say that?
We got into a fight.
You fought? I thought I told you to keep things simple.
I tried so hard, and then she just kept criticizing me and judging me like I was a fucking painting, like she always did. I just couldn't take it.
That isn't helpful for us. You don't think she'd write a takedown, do you?
I don't know. She might.
We can't afford a takedown. We need this opening to go well. Elle, are you listening to me? Are you listening to what I'm saying? Elma, we can't have any hitches.
What do you want me to do about it?
I want you to go out there and apologize to Cadence.
I can't do that.
You have to.
No, I won't. I'm not sorry. I would be lying to her, and I won't do it. I won't lie to her.
Damn it, Elma!
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Why?
I have to go do damage control.
Okay.
I'm gonna fix this, okay? I'm just gonna take care of it all right? I think we can spin this.